This is the show where you come to undress the mess, get real, and be healed. With your host, SylindaD, author, life coach, and glow girl extraordinaire. Eve, the connect strategist and queen of networking. And Lacole, financial strategist and the ultimate girl boss. Now, it's removing the bandages.
Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday to you guys.
Hey,
ladies. Hey, how are you guys today? I can't give them words, right? How y'all doing today?
Good.
We're back after what, 2 weeks? Has it been 2 weeks or more?
Girl, it seems like it's been 3 months.
I know, right?
But I am so happy to be back. So happy to see you ladies, smiling faces. We want to invite everybody in tonight, guys. Tonight is a special night. Special.
It's a special night.
It is.
It's our very last show of 2021, and we are excited about it. We want to say welcome to everybody that is tuned in via Facebook and YouTube. It's going to be a good show. We got Girl Talk tonight, and we got some juicy stuff we're going to talk about tonight. I'm excited. I am ready.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you guys are coming in, let us know. We want to know who's watching us on tonight. Let us know where you are coming in from. Give us a shout out on tonight. Ladies, so what's been going on? What's been going on? Eve, well, we know what's been going on with you.
I know, right? I'm trying to find the show on Facebook and I can't find it.
You can't find it.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure. I got to make sure that I'm able to tag people. Let's see.
Okay. All right. Well, we are just welcoming everyone that's tuning in. We got YouTube going on. We got Facebook going on tonight. It's going to be a good night, a good show. Girl Talk, our last show. Thank you for the hearts on tonight. We see you. Welcome in. Ladies, what's up? What's going on?
Lacole, what you been up to?
Working. I don't like to tell too much, but I have some things I am working on to prepare for 2022. So just getting things in order and getting things planned out, getting geared up for next year.
Hey,
yep.
That's good. And it's still October, and she's talking about next year. So that's a great thing.
You got to do that.
You got to start early, right?
Yep. That's it.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm excited about things to come as well. As you just stated, there's a lot of things you cannot say at this time, Lacole. Yeah. I totally agree with that. Sometimes you just got to work behind the scenes, girl.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying.
I agree. Like, are y'all ready? Are you ready for tonight?
It's been a long month, a long week. It's like, it doesn't seem like it's a never ending work with all the work that we do. But at the same time, we love being here. We're so excited to share what we had to say, what you guys had to say to us. I like it. I like that.
I wish I could see the comments. I can't see it. I tried to log in and that's how I got kicked out. So I just have to read them.
How you got kicked out?
I couldn't log in. If I log in, I didn't log in coming in. So, oh well.
Get it together, Lacole.
Oh,
right.
All right, ladies, tonight is Girl Talk, and we're going to give them a little bit of what we'll be talking about on tonight. All right, guys, you all know what time it is. It's time for a little Girl Talk with your girls, SylindaD, Eve, and Lacole. So you've been dreaming and waiting on your Prince Charming to find you. The man that would sweep you off of your feet and make your heart skip a beat. The man that would cherish you, love you, celebrate you, and not just tolerate you. The one who would run on to the other side and open up your door. The one who would pull your chair out. the one that will shield you from the rain. Oh, but wait. Do they really still exist?
Look, somebody needs to take that video and put it in a movie.
I know, right?
Yeah, we're waiting to get paid, okay? Make sure you share. That
yeah.
was like
Sylinda got the voiceovers down to a science, so you need to book her immediately.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm your girl.
I love the end. You got to say that again. Say it again, Sylinda.
Do they really exist? I love it. Okay, so listen. Hi, Regina. Hi, Darlene. Thank you, ladies, for tuning in tonight, and everybody else that's tuned in. We want to hear from you on tonight. Ladies, do real men still exist?
Go ahead, Eve.
No, quiet.
Go ahead, Eve.
No. I'm going to let you talk first. I go last.
Okay, you always want to put me on the spot. Just you know.
I think they exist, absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Of course. They do exist. It's rare, but they do exist. Let me tell you a story. I was in the store earlier this week, and there was a gentleman. We were coming up to the register at the same time. I think I was a little further behind him, though, but we were walking, coming up together. So he stepped back and allowed me to go forward. And I said to him, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, go ahead." So I said, "Thank you so much. That was so gentlemanlike of you." I said, "Because we don't have a lot of those anymore." He started laughing. So the girl at the register agreed with me. And I said to him at that time, a lot of times you're going into the store, and a man could be going into the store before you. He won't even hold the door. He just closed the door. He won't hold the door open for you. Have y'all ever encountered that?
Mm-hmm.
I have, but I've also encountered good ones that will hold the door open for you as well. So it's all in how they were raised, I guess.
Okay. So that's what I'm teaching my nephew. Y'all kind of quiet tonight with this thing. Come on now. So
no, and this will have to be guys only. Like I hold doors for girls too, and guys.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
That's manners.
Yeah,
that's
just
manners.
manners.
To be amenable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I teach my nephew as well to hold the door for women. He's now 13, I think 13. And so when he goes somewhere with me, I'm like, no, hold the door, open the door, because I want to make sure that he's being taught how to be a good man. He's going to be somebody's husband one day. So he needs to learn while he's young about being a man. So I think it's very important for them to learn at a young age. I want to keep saying young. Yeah, learn young. Yeah,
for sure. I like that you mentioned that it's important for them to learn at a young age. And I guess I'm not a mother, but as with the mothers, are they intentionally? I just wonder, are many of them intentionally setting their sons up for that? Are they really teaching them? Hey, this is how you should be with your woman, your wife, this is how you should treat the ladies.
Yeah. Sometimes it's, again, you can teach your kids some things and they're gonna pick whatever they want to pick based on who's around them, their circle, and who they're trying to show up. I don't think sometimes it has to do only with moms not doing a good job doing it. It's just that this generation is a little bit difficult. They still trying to want to do because they
Rebellious.
think that's cool.
So you have a son, Eve. How old is your son?
20.
Okay. What is it that you've taught him or that you're still teaching him as far as being a gentleman?
How to treat women. That's the most difficult part. See men, his friends, him talking to girls, the way they speak about them, the way they talk with each other, even when he had a girlfriend before, the way they spoke to each other, I was like, why are you guys arguing? What's going on? Like, oh my God. And they were like, no, we're not arguing. And they were just talking craziness to each other, in some kind of crazy language. I'm not used to that. We wasn't raised like like, oh my God, like this is not right. This is crazy. So
Yeah, the
it's a
younger
completely different
generation.
generation.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the music too,
Oh
because
yeah,
this music is all about the, excuse me, bitches and hoes and all types
yeah,
of craziness. And so
it
it's like
is.
you're trying to instill good things in them, and then they listen to this music and they're, it
Yeah,
kind of negates it, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
No, and
Mhm.
they, I remember he tried that a few times. He listened to music. He does music too, and he'll be like, "Oh, your girls be the same way like you are," and I'm like, "Hold up, I am not part of the y'all, girl.
Right.
I am your mom." So, so yeah, it's very different to guide the new guys, this generation, into the men that we really want. But when we and again, that's why a lot of women decide to go with him. And sometimes you look at couples and you're like, oh my God, why is she with that older guy? It has to do a lot with the way that person treat them, the way they grow up, the way they were raised. The things that they do for women are completely different. The same thing when you see a younger guy that was raised by a grandmother, they act completely different, or by older parents. And a lot of people say, oh, he treated me like he would treat his grandmother and things like that. So a
Mhm.
lot of times you have to look to see how they were raised and the people that were around. I remember growing up in my first marriage, everybody used to tell me, always want to look a man and you will know how he's going to treat you the way he treat his mom. And I did it years ago. I was young. I was 19 years old. I was like, he's cool. He going to be fine. No, he treated me exactly the way he treated his mom. So it's a pattern.
Okay. Some of our comments, I don't know why they're not coming through here, but I'm looking and I can see Regina says you have to mold men into how you want them to be. And Sanasia says it's definitely the music. So she agrees with you, Lacole.
Yeah.
Darlene says, yes, we are queens. And that's something I was listening to this lady today. I won't say her name, but very powerful sister. She spoke at one of my events, as a matter of fact, and she speaks to women, and she talked about this thing, you probably heard it, about queens and princes. That we, yeah, that we are actually a princess because the queen is like the one that demands the respect. But there were some people that talked against it and said, hey, I'm still a queen. I want to be a queen because I want to rule things or whatever. So when we talk about good men, are there still good men that exist out there? I believe a lot of times some of them are intimidated by that strong woman.
Yeah.
So it's like you're looking for
The
that.
morally strong, independent women, women that were told that they need to tell the men what to do, what to say, and all of that. It's hard to say because a lot of times a lot of women don't want to hear it, and they
Mhm.
say, like, I don't want to hear what people have to say. I tell my man what to do. I talk to him however I want to. That's my husband. But at the same time, it's like when a man get together, they talk about us, right? And that's the last thing that you want to hear when somebody's saying, I can't stand her. I don't even want to be around her. She has
Mhm.
a big mouth. All she has to do is complain. Like, we have to do better lifting up our men, empower them, giving them positive thought. Even when they're not doing as great as they could,
Mhm.
your job is to completely guide them and continuously be their support. That's what love is.
Okay. So you say continuously guide them. How do you feel about that, Nicole?
I would say maybe encourage is a better word.
Mhm.
Maybe,
Yeah, that'd be a better word.
because just like you said, um, I think for men, from what I understand, did a little research, right? That they want respect. Like, to them, love is respect, respecting them. And so it's like if you are telling them what to do, where to go, what to do, what how to do it, I mean, to a degree, sometimes they do. Sometimes some of them do need a little help, and they do need a little bit of extra, push or direction. But for those I don't know if you want to call them alpha men. I don't know, but they are. I think they all need a little bit of guidance. I guess. I guess they do need a little bit of guidance here and there. I guess.
Yeah, you got to remember there we grow in a complete, like, I don't know, like the way we are raised when we get to a certain age, we already working on our credit, we already working our finances, we already making sure we get our apartment, we get this, we get that. A lot of guys are not raised like that, or even if they were not raised like that, they couldn't get to that point. And sometimes we were guided in a completely, I guess, in a better direction in some things that you can do, and you want to make sure that you provide that to them. But there's a lot of women that just sit back and say, no, I got what I got, and now you on your own, I'm on my own. And it's like, that's not how it works. You know, it's a teamwork thing. If you were able to accomplish certain things, then why not share with your man?
Yeah, I agree. So Nature says some of the men are scared to say how they feel because they were raised on boys don't cry. And Barbara says, I agree, some men are intimidated by a strong woman. And Mark says, I'm sure
Mark is like, no, it ain't none of that.
Mark's gonna have a lot to say.
Mark is the guy.
So we're waiting to see what Mark has to say. Mark, we want to know. We're asking that question tonight. Do real men still exist? Because you always hear it. Oh, they ain't nothing. Ain't no more men. And I did say 8. Okay, I know that's not proper English, but there ain't no more men around, good men around. And I've even heard so much as I will be so afraid when my daughter grows up or my niece grows up. I've heard people say because there will be no more good men around because they're either in jail, they're either with each other, they want a woman to take care of them, or they're just not doing anything for themselves. And this is what you hear so often. Y'all, let's keep it real tonight. This is our last show. Let's keep it real. Let's get all up in this stuff. Talk to me.
I think they are. There are still, yes, I believe that that's true for what you said. There are a lot of men that are gay. There are a lot of men that disrespect women or just not doing what they're supposed to do. There are a lot of in jail. But then I also believe that there are still some good ones. You know, I think that we just have like there's like a clash, you know, between men and women. And we just don't have that. A lot of us, we're just trying to figure out, okay, we're just trying to figure it out and get along. I guess, you know, like it's just, I don't know. But to go back to what you were saying about the giving them guidance and direction, I think they are more like they need nurturing. You know, a little bit of nurturing, because I don't think that a lot of them want to be told what to do per se. But
no, they no, of course they don't. They for sure they don't. But they're always looking. Most of the time, when you talk with a guy and they talk about serious relationships and things like that, they always talk about being with a woman that reminds them of their mother, and that's a good sign, right? Because whatever you do, hopefully, is good enough that they can relate to their mom. So that's important too. But I think, of course, there are still great men out there, but I guess the key is we have to open up our horizons to other areas that we were not before in order to find them. Like if I will have keep looking in Atlanta, I would have never find the man that I wanted, right? So I had to do other things outside the norm, going out there and looking and talking. I had to do social media, right? Some other people use dating sites. Some other people go to places and meet people. I think it's with technology and our generation, you're going to have to go outside your comfort zones to find people that you have never met before and give it a try.
Okay, I agree with that. Ladies, so Mark says, what is the actual benefit for being a good man? That question leads into a lot of what you all are speaking of as it pertains to the difficulties in finding one.
Okay, Mark.
What are the benefits?
What is the actual benefit for being a good man?
Reciprocity in having a good woman. And when a woman is cared for and you're doing what you're acting in her love language, you're giving her the things that she needs and her nurturing and so forth, you're going to get, generally, you know, if it's a good woman and she wants to meet your needs too, you're going to get the best out of her too.
Yeah.
So
I would say for any guys out there watching, you know, Mark, anyone else, don't give up. on your bad experiences just because you probably didn't get good people and the good guy and the good things in return. It doesn't mean that there's not going to be someone out there that is going to be good for you and love you back. Like, continue to do the good thing, continue to put that seed. It's going to be somebody. Like, come on,
Right.
4 years old, and it took me 44 years to find a man that really loved me and someone that I can love truly. So hope is there. Like, but it can take time. It can take time to go through. It's like I heard somebody say one time, you have to kiss a lot of bad frogs, right, in order for you to find the king or the prince. But sometimes that happens too.
Yeah, Mark's a great guy. He has a wonderful, wonderful relationship. He says women will give that anyway in hopes of that man becoming good eventually. So Lacole, he says we're going to do it anyway in hopes that they're going to become a good man.
Yeah.
The thing is, what is a good man? We say that so often with women. I want a good man. I want a good man. Girl, I'm waiting on Mr. Right. Just as I said in the opening video, we're waiting for Prince Charming to come along. A lot of times we got to really look at ourselves, and I've had to have that self check too. Sometimes we get into a good thing, but is it a God thing? Is it really meant for us? Because I've been in that situation. It felt good. It looked good. It was a good thing, but it wasn't a God thing. Also, I wasn't really fully healed. At one time in my life, I was attracting so many broken men because I was broken myself, looking for a good man, but I had not yet turned into the good woman that was going to be right for that good man. So when you are a good woman, when you're not that good woman, the good man comes along, you're going to make him into the wrong man because you're not ready yourself. So those things are very important when it comes to us wanting that right man.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You definitely got to do the work yourself, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure that you are, if you're going into a relationship, go into it healed. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we all have our stuff, right? So even when you think you're entirely healed, you might not be. There could be something that triggers something else, you know, but if you're trying to work on yourself, then I think you're headed in the right direction.
Right.
Your relationship could be headed in the right direction.
Okay, I see we lost Eve. I don't know what happened. I know she was going in and out. But yeah, it is very important that we do heal ourselves first, Lacole, because definitely I was one of those, just wanting the right man, wanting the good man. Like so many women are in that position now. And a lot of times we're praying about it, but he's not going to answer that prayer because we're not right. We're not ready for it.
You're not ready. You can mess it up.
Woo, girl. Big time.
You can mess it up. You can.
You can mess it up. But you know what? We hate to say that, even when it comes to a man, vice versa. He's with a good woman. She's ready. She's got herself together. She's healed. She's whole. She's happy. And then he comes along and then he's not the right person for her. He's the wrong person for her and then messes her up. So it can work both ways.
It can work both ways. Yep.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mark says right now, I think the main issue is women judge whether a man is good based on what other women tell them that is. Oh.
Okay, Mark.
Well.
And then there was silence. Okay, I will say this. So I have so many stories. Mark, I agree with you with that. A lot of us do base it on what women say. Oh, girl, he's a good man because he does this for me. He does that, or and he should be doing this or he should be doing that. Back in the day, I was dating a great guy, a good guy, but I was not whole at all. I still wanted to date the popular guy, but this guy had his life together. Because I had not been used to seeing that, I didn't know how to accept that. I didn't know that it was something that was good for me and not just good to me. I wanted what was good to me and not was good for me. Mm-hmm. So I listened to some friends on the outside talking about certain things, that this guy did this for them, this guy did that or whatever. And not to say he wasn't doing anything, but I wanted to be more like them. Same friends that's single now.
Right.
So, Mark, I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. I think that's important of both ends, right? Especially, but of course, women do listen to other ladies a lot more than guys. Guys don't usually have to listen to anyone when they start with somebody and they fall in love. They do their own thing. But I think that the most important thing to remember is that, yeah, you just gotta feel your desires and whatever you need the most, and stop worrying about everybody else. Like I tell my other half all the time, it's all about priorities, and I tell my friends too. And when they share things with me, like, Eve, this is what I'm doing, my boyfriend, and this and that, and I say, great, like that's important for them. There are certain things that are important for them that is not important for me, because I have already lived that kind of life, or I've been married before. I don't need certain things. I'm in a completely different stage in my life. So it's all about what's important for that person that you're with right now. It could be money. It could be the desire of being with somebody every day. It could be having children. Like some people cannot be together because they want to have children and the other one doesn't. So it's many things that could be priorities for someone.
That's true. Yeah, that part about I think everybody has done that, where we talk to our girlfriends and we're telling them and getting their input to decide whether that person is good or not. And it takes maturity. I'm glad I'm just in a different place now where love everybody, but I don't talk to anybody anymore. So it's like I don't rely on anyone else's opinion, to decide whether I'm into somebody or like somebody or not,
Yeah.
That is definitely maturity. What do you ladies look for in a good man? What are the qualities you look for? And we want to hear from you, audience. What are the qualities and men with the woman?
That's right. For me, the most important thing again is love, right? A person that truly cares, that truly loves me, that is willing to listen, pays attention to everything that I say, reply back, communicates with me, spend time with me, is willing to compromise certain things, like let's go outdoors, let's go to the mountain. I love hiking and stuff like that. Like it has to be a compromise between both of liking certain things that even if we don't like sometimes, you're willing to do because you love that person. I think that's the piece that is more important to me: communication and spending time.
Okay, that's good. Regina says a God-fearing man. That's what she looks for in a good man. That's her quality.
Same. I mean, no one is perfect, but as long as the respect is there, to piggyback off of Eve, everything that you said, I agree with. But yeah, I mean, like I look for someone who has good character and does have a fear of God, because it's
Yeah.
like that will keep you from doing crazy stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it. Barbara says respect, and Sean says kindness. And Mark has another comment, ladies.
What you say, Mark?
He says, if you ask the majority of single women what makes a man good, it usually has to do with provision. It
Yeah.
rarely has to do with things like he's a
Material
good
thing.
listener, he's kind to me, he encouraged me to chase my dreams, and he's a loving protector. He said those are the things that are not normal. Darlene says, OMG, we were having this conversation earlier about don't go by what others say in most of this conversation. So when Mark said what he said is normally about a man and what the provisions. He said something about not being encouraged. Uh, I want an encourager. The priest, provider, and protector are the three things I look for. The priest, I'm going to let you know that you are the head. And this goes into marriage. You're the priest of the house. You're the king because I'm going to treat you like one. If you walk in like one, I'm going to treat you like one. The priest, the provider, not saying that you got to provide for me, but I know that you got my back. You're going to provide. You got my back if I should need you. The protector is that person that truly has my back, says that I will not leave you. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to shield you. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to cover you, whatever it is that you are in need of. So those are the three things that I desire in that good man. That for me, that's what makes a good man. Those three P's are very important: protector, provider, and priest. And it does not have to be that he has to be some millionaire, a guy with a lot of money, the huge home, the nice cars, just super fine and all this. No, because all that stuff fades away. I want to know that you're able to walk in those three P's in those positions so that I will be able to follow you. That's important to me.
Amen to that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Mm-hmm.
good standard. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, yeah. So it's very important. Barbara says, I agree, Celinda. I had that at one time. Whew, wow. And that's the thing too. Like she said, I had that at one time. A
Mhm.
lot of times it's because they're not really willing to step up to the plate. Because I think sometimes too, Lacole, it can become intimidating for them because they feel like, and I've had guys to tell me this, I was trying to be a good man, but it was just taking so much. They realized they were not ready for it when the woman started really opening up and just being everything that, she wanted more or whatever. They were not ready for it as far as being that good man or the guy that wanted to play the field. Let's just say this, for example, wanted to be the one dating different women, just kind of out there, but he meets one that he really likes, but it causes him to have to step up as a man, and he's not ready to put those shoes on and walk in those shoes. So he will start to being the person that he really was. I heard someone say a few minutes ago that you when you start meeting someone, when you meet someone, you're meeting the stage and not the state, because they're going to start changing into different states as far as stages that they're going to go into. So you're just meeting that representative right up front. But when it's time to step up, then they're afraid. And that's when you can tell if they're a good man or bad man, if that makes sense.
Mm. Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We
Wow.
can't generalize, right? But yeah, I think commitment is really key to it, because just like you said, you could, once a woman kind of starts requiring or opens up and she wants more, I think it's just really important to find somebody that wants to be there and is as committed to it as you are.
Mm-hmm.
Because, relationships are up and down, and sometimes they're fun and they smiles and you feel butterflies, and sometimes you like, I don't like you right now, but so you have to just, I guess, like I said, they have to be committed to the relationship and all in,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, I agree. What are your thoughts, Eve?
I missed some of it. My crazy internet is acting up
I
because it's raining.
see. We keep using. Look, the last night it wants to start acting crazy on you, right?
Hey, yeah, it's raining over here, so I guess it's messing up with the internet. But
Okay.
yeah, I definitely miss what Mark say. Like I don't know which one was the last part. What was the last part?
He said that we rarely look for things such as he's a good listener, he's kind to me, he encourages me to chase my dreams, and he's a loving protector. He said those are things that we rarely look for.
I think again when we say we, that's a big word, right?
Right,
Not
right.
everybody is the same. You just got to find the right one. There's gonna be a lot of bad people out there that you meet, and that's why it's so important that you're really looking into who that person is, spending time with them, communicating. Spending time with the family, friends. You got to get to see how that person act around other people, so you can truly get to see who they are. But there's a lot of great people out there that I know guys that have find amazing women. There's women that find amazing guys. Again, it's all about finding that one for you, because not everyone is gonna be the right one for you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, using too many, it's the same. No, not everybody thinks the same. Like I don't think the same as a lot of women. I think very different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sanaja says we have to know them in every season. Ah, that's good. That is good. And every season is very important to know them to determine what. Okay, we meet them, the representative, vice versa, because women can be the same way. The
Mm-hmm.
representative is who's going to step up first. So a lot of times we're not challenging them to bring the real man to the platform. And as Mark said, a lot of times they will become what we want them to become. Then
Mm-hmm.
that's considered a good man. But no, I want to know who you are in the good and bad seasons. I want to know who
Yeah.
you are when you cry, who you are when you're mad. How do you change? Because you could turn to the exorcist when you get
Uh-huh.
mad and turn around and hit me or anything,
Yeah.
but you're showing me this good side because this is what I wanted. This is what I've talked about. This is what you know about me. So that will determine if he is a good man. Good.
That's a great point. I remember my one of my managers told me that one day. She was like, "Have you guys had your first argument? After that first argument, you tell me about him."
Yeah, I've heard that.
And I was like, okay. And then after the first argument, yeah, it was tough. We had our first one and we handled it well. We survived. I remember I texted, I said, we survived the first argument. So I got to see who he was. He got to see who I was. So yeah, definitely you have to go through those challenging times so you can really see who that other person is and how they handle the situation. Yeah, it's needed.
Exactly.
Yeah, everything cannot be sweet and pink.
That's right.
I agree. Mark says only weak men, ones who don't know who they are yet, are intimidated by strong women. Most men aren't so much afraid as much as they aren't ready to be in a committed relationship. We may commit so that we don't lose our opportunity with y'all. Even though we hate to accept that, he's right. We may commit so that we don't lose our opportunity with y'all. And this is coming from a man.
It can go both ways. Again, I dated men before. They used to tell me, I can't be with you anymore because you were wife material and I'm not ready for it. And I was like, damn it, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
But you know what? You're like, isn't that what you want? You want
right, but I was like, I had to learn with time. I said, you know what? I'm so thankful that they were able to say that to me because it is a great thing and that they didn't waste my time. They want to walk away and let somebody else be the winner, right? So there's a lot of guys that are honest and upfront and say, you know what, I'm not ready for this. I just want this. Are you okay with that? But there's some other ones that just play games and just wasted your time. And you have to realize when it's time to stop and walk away. So it's a little bit of both, Mark. Sorry.
Eve said, let somebody else be the winner. I said, okay, Eve.
That's right.
He said, I am the prize. So you win when you get me. I hear you, girl. I hear you. I love it. And it is the truth. It is the truth. Wow. Do good men still exist? All right, audience. We want to hear from you. I see some more of you coming in. We want to hear, do they still exist? Because I'm telling you, there are so many women there are a lot of single women in this world. Many have given up hope, but there are some that's still holding on because they know that there are still some good men out there. And what's crazy to me, ladies, is that I have guy friends that are single that say that good women are hard to find. And I'm like, good, I know several.
I know. Yeah.
So they're looking for good women too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, it has to be, I don't know, I think with this whole generation thing and the way women look and the way women show themselves, it's like guys have lost the sense of being with a regular basic girl with a small butt, with wrinkles, and, not looking so good on TV. Right. So sometimes you have to go back to the basics and let that physical crap alone. Because some of them, whenever you see in the news and all these guys marrying these girls and they look awesome and they look beautiful at the beginning and then at the end, it's a big mess and it was all about money and all of that. So just go to the basics. Relationship, love 101. Look for somebody that just makes you happy instead of looking for someone that makes you look better and makes you look good.
Okay. Mark answered the question for us as far as what's good.
Mark, we need to add you.
We should have had Mark on the show with us tonight, really. Mark used to be my co-host way back in the day when I first started out with the talk show. Yes, love him. He says what's good to the men when it comes to women is when she's not emotionally damaged. Wow.
Everybody's going to be emotionally damaged by now, Mark. I'm sorry. Everybody. At this age, we have all been through some type of emotional pain. It could be with family, it could be a relationship, it could be parents, it could be just life. I think the way that woman comes back and turn it around and make herself be on top of it again and continue life is what matters.
Yeah, I think that's what he was saying. That's really good.
Okay.
E. That if she's not emotionally damaged, because a lot of times we're looking for them to heal us, and I say that so often that we have to know the difference between healing and holding. A lot of times they're sent into our life to be healed. Speak a word of healing, encourage them, pray for them, be there for them. But we want to hold them because we're so ready to love somebody. We're so ready to hold them. And a lot of times God said, no, I'm sending them for you to heal them, not for you to hold them, but because you want to hold them before they're healed, you're going to get cut on all of the broken pieces that they're carrying too. So we have to be extremely careful about that. And I agree with him about being emotionally healed on both sides, like you said, on both sides.
Both sides for
Yep.
sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
What's that
Hmm.
saying? You just have to find someone. Everyone has baggage. You just have to find someone to help you unpack.
I
That's
love
right.
that.
I love
Love
it.
it. We
I love
all
it.
have
That's
baggage.
right. Yeah,
Yep.
so you get
So,
people. Sometimes I get to be a people that says, "Oh, I don't want to date somebody that have kids, but they have kids," and it's like, what the hell?
right.
I don't understand that
I want
either.
somebody that makes more money than me, but you don't make that kind of money. What's your problem? I don't want somebody that lives here or do this and that, but you don't do it. Like, come on, stop expecting more of the things that you don't even do. Like,
You said it. You said it, E. I was thinking that just the other night, how we are so one-sided. So especially women. I know we're supposed to be talking about good men tonight.
yeah,
But we do. I want a man that has this amount of money. He's got to make this, make this time. He's got to live. And I've said this before. And we're not even ready ourselves. We don't even have it, but we're looking for it. And as you
yeah.
just stated, women that have children, I've heard that I don't want to deal with her. She's a child. She's a single parent. Oh, girl, I've heard that so many times. But you got a baby
Hmm.
somewhere that you're not even taking care of. And you don't
Yeah,
want to deal with this woman who
exactly.
is taking care of her child as a single mother. Really? Really?
Yep.
So because he's afraid he's got to take care of the child, I guess.
Yeah. You always have to be open minded to give someone that is willing to love you a chance.
I
Hmm.
was just
Hmm.
about to say that you have to be open. You do
Hmm.
have to be open.
Like,
I
we
guess
can,
I was going to say, I guess, some people that feel like they don't want to deal with people with children, they don't want the drama that's attached if there's still, a little bit of messiness,
yeah.
that
Yeah.
part. And that part is understandable, but,
Hmm. Hmm.
I think you should still be open. You can't say, oh, well, I have kids, but I want somebody with no kids. I
Hmm.
mean,
Well, we will say this: it's okay if that's what you want. We're not saying
yeah,
that you're wrong.
Yeah.
We really don't understand it, but it's okay. It's your preference, and nobody can say that you're wrong for not wanting to date anyone that has kids. I know for myself, I small kids, I really don't want to deal with that unless they're mine. But dating somebody, because in that, as you just stated, Lacole, that's where the drama's gonna come in.
if
Yeah.
they're under 4 years old, no, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I can't.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, it is difficult to deal
Yeah.
with little kids too, but believe me, it's difficult to deal with grown kids too. They bring problems as well.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow. I guess I can believe that, Eve.
Like, kids are always gonna bring baggage,
Hmm.
no matter what. I
Hmm.
think again, it's all about priorities, what you're willing to deal with. But at the same time, you cannot continuously go in life and tell everybody, "Yep, I still haven't found a good one. There's no good ones out there." And you 50 something years old, you're still talking about you're single. But maybe change your damn standards. I'm sorry.
Hmm. Hmm. Eve, you said you're here in Atlanta. You and I are in Atlanta, and you stated you had to meet someone that was out of state. So that's another thing too. Your love may not always be in the same state that
No.
you are in when we say we're looking for a good woman or a good man. But again, the most important thing is making sure you are whole. Don't bring your old stuff into the relationship. Nobody wants to hear all that. Nobody wants to be a part of that. You're still broken. Go sit yourself down somewhere and get healed. Then you can stand back up and talk. Okay, and talk to me. So nobody wants to go through that, especially once you reach a certain age. In my book, I say if you are still broken and you are not healed, Go back, get yourself healed, let God heal you, and then you will be released to love and live again. But until then, leave that person alone, man or woman, leave them right there where they are. They
Yeah,
may
it's okay
cry,
to
they
be
may go through
alone,
it.
to
Yeah.
get yourself together before you move on to the next person. Jeez.
Eve, you want to read that comment?
Let me see. A heart that has broken heart, but has been broken itself, reveals to be a better heart and loves better. But most of all, understand love, how to give it, and how to receive love. God will always show the way.
Mm-hmm.
He
You agree
does.
with that? We know you agree with
Yeah, but
because
it's true. You
yeah.
know, you have to go through a lot of experiences. You know,
Mhm.
we have to go through things and bad people and bad relationships in order for us to find the right one and to figure out, hey, this is what we really want. This is what I didn't do before. I'm gonna do it this time. I'm gonna get better at this. So I think we all have to go through that.
Yeah, and Mark says there's some good men with kids under four. LOL. Mark, we're not paying you any attention now. There are Mark. We're not
Well,
here
they need,
right now.
look, you
This
need to
man
wife your baby mama then. Or something.
he's
Good
being
man.
funny.
Oh my God.
But one of you ladies said earlier about when it comes to the good men, a lot of them haven't been taught how to be a good man. What I realized in my marriage before is that he had been taught how to be a provider, but he had not been taught how to be a husband.
Mm,
So he had never seen it nor experienced what it was like to see love, real love, genuine love from a mother and a father. And that's something that a lot of them experience in life. I don't care what nationality you are. It's in every
yeah.
nationality. So many of us, because we'll say, oh, black men are no good. It's in every race, every color. Even going when I went to Nicaragua last in 2019, I coached and ministered to some women over there, some girls whose fathers had left them, whose husbands had left them. Me thinking it only happens over here. Like, you know, where hurt is universal. It's everywhere. It's all over the world. It doesn't matter what color you are, how old you are. So there are
Yeah.
a lot of them definitely that have not been taught what love is. So that puts them into a category. I'm going to do what I see in the world or what I see my uncle do or what I'm around. And that puts them into that category of not being what we call not a good man, a deadbeat, low down, dirty, you know what. So that's why so many women say there are no good men left. Yeah, no.
No, I definitely agree. I love how you mentioned that, it's not just one race. That is yeah.
Mm-hmm,
It
mm-hmm,
could be anywhere. It could be like sometimes we'll talk about Atlanta and we're like, oh my God, it's terrible when it comes to this and this. And then I have friends
mm-hmm.
in Florida, they're like, Florida's the same way, girl. Like this problem is all over the place. No
Yeah.
matter the race, no matter where you at. The most important thing is to try to figure out, first of all, who you are, what you want to do. I think age is a big thing. Like anything around 40s is usually the best time to find love and to really know who you are and what you want.
Wow. Really, Eve, you think so?
Yeah. Yeah, the things that I wanted before wasn't the same. And maybe I wasn't the best person that I could be before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Mark says, I agree, Linda. A lot of us are walking around without a good definition of love, both men and women. And that really gets down to the core, to the root of things. You got a tree, you got the root, and you got all the different branches that's coming off of that tree. And the leaves that are coming on the tree and they're falling off the tree because everything's rotten. There's so much that's going on. The branches, everything's coming up rotten because of what you see or what you have been taught or what you haven't been taught, because the root is not stable. The root is not in a good place. And sometimes it's like a generational curse. The grandfather wasn't there, the great great grandfather wasn't there, so you're just seeing this and you're seeing the
Yeah.
different women and someone that I know lived that situation out. where they saw their father with the different women. So they did the same thing. Then their sons started doing the same. And it's so real that it is a generational curse. And it takes a really good woman or a special woman to come in and help him to see that. That's where that healing and holding comes in, to be able to speak healing into him. I believe that whatever you speak to in a man is who's going to stand up. If you're speaking to the king inside of him, that king is going to stand up. So you just got to really be able to speak into him. Mm-hmm.
Wow. I like how you say that. Whatever you speak.
Yeah.
Him
Yeah.
is what is, yeah. And that's what they say, when people find the right person, then it's when they're truly nourished, become who they like. They could be with all these women and have kids with them, or women can be with this guy and have kids and be married for 20 something years or whatever, and they start all over and find the one that pulls everything, all that great things about that, and that's the one. Just because you've been in a relationship for a long time or you had children with somebody doesn't mean that that's your true soulmate, or that's the person that you really want to be happy with.
Yeah.
It takes a lot more than that. Anybody can get married.
Ooh, say that again, Eve. Say it again, Eve.
Yeah, anybody can get married. Anybody can just sign a paper and say, okay, we're going to get married. We're going to have children. Come on. Children are easy to make, right? That's the easiest thing to make. Everybody loves to do it. But what's important is, are you going to be able to build and stick and stay together?
I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah, people be all excited. Oh, I'm married, and all of that, showing the ring. It's like, okay, how long can you hold the ring?
You just said something, and we spend so much time getting ready for the marriage, and we're not prepared for the marriage. It's so we spend
ready for the wedding,
prepared for the wedding, but we're not ready for the marriage. But in the marriage comes ministry. You got to know how to minister to each other, and that does not mean just when people hear you say minister. Oh, you gotta be praying. You gotta be reading the Bible. Yeah, those things are great. Keep God first, but you got to know how to minister to his heart, his mind, his spirit, and his soul. You got to be able to speak to everything that's dead inside of him. You got to be able to speak to everything that's dead inside of her. That makes a good relationship. That makes a good marriage. Again, this goes back to everything we've been talking about tonight. Are there any good men out there? Sister, are you good? Have you been good to yourself? Have you taken time to be the good woman for the good man that you're expecting God to bring to you? Brother, have you done the same thing? That really sums it up. Get yourself together first.
Amen to that. Amen. You have to want to be in a relationship. That's first and foremost, right? Because if not, you will leave when things get tough, or you won't be willing to do the work, because it's work, right?
Yeah,
it's work.
Yeah, that's another issue now, right? It's so much competition. It's so many options out there. People don't want to stick to it. It's not like years ago where it was the small places and people were like, look, we're gonna have to stick with this marriage. I don't know. It doesn't matter what happened. Now it's like, oh, you do something wrong, you talk back to me, or you're not doing whatever, I'm gone, I'm leaving. Like we have to stop doing that. Like, stop giving up on people. You have great, amazing people out there loving you and being there for you, and people just willing to just walk away like nothing. And then you complain when you're 50 years old, 60 years old, all along. I'm alone.
Right now.
Because you wasted time and you let go amazing people in your life because you just give up. Stop giving up. Stop giving up on love. Choose.
Yeah. Eve, that's very good. Very good. You once again go way back, girl. I'm gonna get a little country right now. Way back down yonder. When you go back, when you think about our great grandparents, great grandparents, even older couples that I see now, when I hear them say, oh, we've been married 50 years and see, well, how did you all do it? Because we worked on it. First of all, we kept God first and we worked on it. Well, it has not always been good. And you hear them say the man worked hard. He took care of the family. When I go back and I look at certain photos of men walking with their pants up and not sagging, they're dressed like men. They are neatly groomed like men. They look like men. They open the door for you. They get the umbrella out for you. They pull your chair out for you. They're talking to you like a woman, like a lady. Because again, we're born into the world as a girl. We're going to become a woman, but it takes a real woman to be a lady. So you're being treated as a lady from this man, from this gentleman. And I think that's a lot of what we're missing right now in the dating, real dating, courting me. Being courted like back in the days when they did that. So if they've never seen it, they can't do it. It's all the makings of a good man. And when you are a good man, as Lacole said earlier, it's going to make that woman, she will give you the world. And it's not just her opening up her legs, but her opening up her heart, her spirit, and her mind, giving you everything that's imparted into her, helping you to be a better person.
Yeah, you couldn't say it better.
Yeah. Mark says, how difficult is it for women to spot a good man?
Well, ladies, I think they're out there. So I think they're out there. I don't give me the line. I feel like social media messed up everything. It messed up everything.
Why
There's so
do you
many
say
options.
that, Nicole? Okay, again, he says, how difficult is it for women to spot a good man? How difficult nowadays, Mark?
I think it's difficult on both ends. Like you can see a great looking man, he turns out to be something else, and he will say, "I don't even like you."
Right.
Like you never know who you're dealing with. It's again, you have to get to know the person. Like
definitely.
There's no way we can look now and say, "Oh my God, he seems like a great man. She seems like a great girl." No.
There's good people, but sometimes it's not good for us, right? Because I know a lot of good guys, but I don't necessarily think that they might have been right for me, So
good.
It depends on what you want, want personally.
And that's what he just said. You can be a good man, but to the wrong woman.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot because I've seen women break a man down. Like he's a good man giving you everything, but because she's so messed up, she's so damaged and broken, she messes him up. Now he's thinking something's wrong with him. And when the good woman comes after that woman that broke him, she has to deal with all those broken pieces, and she's wondering why he's treating her a certain way. It's because he just got cut on all those pieces that were broken from the woman before. So that's good, Lacole. Regina says you have to decide what you will accept in a relationship. It works. It takes work for it to work. True. Very true.
I always wonder about those old school relationships that you were just talking about, grandparents and, the older generation. Did those relationships that worked, was it because they overlooked things? And did they just forgive it and not walk away?
Yeah.
Or were they really, all doing what they needed
I would
to do?
say it was both. And mainly when you ask them, you can ask grandparents, they say, they went through cheating, guys having kids in another, but they just did not give up. They just keep pushing for the children, for the family. It was like the bond was stronger than any other challenges.
Yes.
That bond is not there. You get to see something fishy and you're like, he acting crazy, she acting crazy, I'm out.
I agree with you, E. I agree. Ladies, we have some more comments coming in. That was Michael that actually said you can be a good man, but to the wrong woman. So excuse me, I said Mark. Tina says it's very important to also know his family history and definitely see how he treats his mom and the females in his family. And that's something we talked about.
Yep.
Latasha says, I don't think anyone takes the time to date and to learn each other. Sadly, it's because we don't know ourselves and we think that man or woman will define us or complete us. And that is so true. That is so true, because a lot of us are not happy until we got a man or until we got a woman. Other than that, your life is doom and gloom, but you're not happy. You got to be happy first in order to bring that person into your life. You got to be whole.
Yep.
Definitely knowing who you are.
Wow. Great comments. Love it.
Yeah, great discussion. Cheryl said, your friend Cheryl, she says, great discussion. And that's just it. Everybody desires to be loved. Everybody wants to be loved. They want to be in something that makes them feel good when they wake up in the morning, makes them smile, makes their heart flutter. It's a great thing. Love is beautiful. Mark says, I found that some women don't know how to allow a man to be good to them because they would have to sacrifice their vulnerability.
Hmm.
No comment.
Yeah, that's kind of true because there's a lot of women out here that are hard because they've gone through a lot of different things, right? So they're not their guard is up.
Mhm,
The guard is
Yeah.
up. So
mhm,
yeah, it takes being vulnerable and letting your guard down to let somebody love you.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
I
know how
agree.
broken you are until you let somebody love you, and you're like, oh Lord, I got problems. I gotta figure this out. I gotta figure this out. Okay, let me get healed because this ain't right. You know.
Yep. Yep.
And I
Again, we talk about that. That's why it's so important to spend time alone, right?
Yeah.
And then when you come to
Mhm,
the relationship, you communicate those weaknesses. It's like when
yeah,
you go into an interview, right? We always ask on interviews,
mhm,
what is your strength? What are some of your weaknesses?
mhm,
You have to do the same thing with
Yep.
dating. What are some of the things that we need to work on, and I need to help you with, so you can overcome? What are the things that you're good at? And it could be maybe she was cheated before, or she have a self-esteem issue. Maybe you
mhm.
need to tell her how beautiful she is every day because she never heard that before. If you truly love her,
Ooh,
then you will work on that because that's her weakness. The same thing with a man. Maybe his weakness is not doing so good with friends and keeping a job and having great relationships. I don't know. Whatever it is, if you truly love him, then you will work on that weakness. You won't give
yeah.
up and don't give him the job, right? You give him the
Mm,
job and give it a try.
that's good, Eve. Real good.
I went to my corporate sets.
Okay, you went down with that one, girl. I was sitting here thinking, like, just thinking about some situations, like, she's right. And I had to realize that I played a lot in relationships too that ended, that I was damaged in some ways. And sometimes you're looking for an engine number nine to rescue you, that person to rescue you from your hurt. I've had the situation where I'm happy and sad at the same time. There's so many other people. You're happy and sad at the same time. You're happy because you have someone, but you're sad because you really don't know how to love them or let them love you
Mm,
because you
uh-huh.
have been hurt so badly. And it's just where these two people, two broken people cannot be whole. Two incomplete people cannot be whole. It just won't work. It does not work. You both got to come heal and whole to the relationship. Now we can make each other better, but let me see that you're working on some healing. You just said it, Eve. What can we work on? I like that. What is it? Be real. Let's be vulnerable about it. What's your weakness? I love that. Lacole, what do you think?
As far as what part? I'm sorry. Whether we need to work on it, like what I love what Eve said about being vulnerable and having those the
Mhm,
strength and weakness conversations. That's
mhm,
important. That's
mhm,
important. That's
mhm.
full commitment when you're really in it like that. Like, I want to help. We're here to help each other. How can I help you be better? How can we,
Exactly.
I have to be open about my past. You don't have to, put everything out there because the past is the past, right? But
Mhm.
be honest about the things that you might need a little bit of help with, or the
Definitely.
things that you've gone through and is kind of like a little bit of an insecurity for you or what have you, just like you
Mhm.
said, so that they can be there and want to help you through it.
Yeah, yeah. Latasha says both men and women, true, both men and women. My husband and I are going on 19 years of marriage, and we are still learning how to be vulnerable with each other. Trust isn't easy when you may have grown up isolating yourself as a defense mechanism. That's
Hmm.
just it.
Wow.
Um, I found, okay, she's responding to Mark right now. And a lot of them have to grow up with that defense mechanism because people have really gone through a lot. and you definitely got to know what you're dealing with. You got, because girl,
Yeah.
meet the sweetest person, all of a sudden one day something triggered them, and they turn around and act like Incredible Hulk. Oh my god!
Okay. You don't know
Like
who's coming or
what in
going.
the world?
It's true. People crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, look, we all got some crazy on us. We
We
all
all
do.
do. Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
We
the
do.
most important thing is what you're willing to deal with and what type of respect level are we dealing with.
I agree. I agree. Oh my God, this is so good. I'm loving it. This is so good. What she says, include God when you are in a relationship or
Yep.
deciding to date someone. Discernment is very important. Don't do anything without God. I agree. Those,
Yep.
we have those good things, but is it a God thing? We can try it all we want to. And I mean, sometimes I tried and tried and tried. Oh, he's a good man. He's so good to me. But it wasn't what God wanted. That thing did not work out. Oh my God.
Mm.
Yeah.
It did not work out. So he's like, might be good for somebody else, but he's not good for you. And you got to be willing to let him go and let him be, as Eve said, let somebody else win.
Yeah, some personalities just not they don't attract each other. They're not the right ones. And
Mm-hmm,
that's it's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just get along better with certain people than others.
Yeah, some people you end
Absolutely.
up being great friends. You're like, oh
Yep.
my God, like even people that you have children with. Like I see people with great friendships after
Mm-hmm.
they got divorced because they
Yeah.
realize they can be better as friends than being
Mm-hmm.
in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, ladies, what would you all say on tonight? And again, we just want to say thanks to everyone that's tuned in, everybody that's just chiming in on the conversation. We are loving your comments, your advice. I'm sorry, Latasha's writing something now. And we are really enjoying you all on tonight. This is our last show for 2021, regretfully. But we are coming back in 2022. It's just so much that we've got going on individually. Also, the holidays are coming up, and we want to be fair to you all to give you our best. So, therefore, this is going to be the last show for 2021, and we're going to look forward to so much in 2022. Ladies, I'm looking forward to some great things, but I'm not going to wait for 2022 to start going after everything I said I wanted to end this year. I say it all the time. Don't leave out of 2021 with your hands empty. Leave out with something in your hands. It's been a great year for many. We're still here. So every day that you wake up is a great day. It's a great day.
Amen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't make it,
They did
but
not.
we still here. You guys are still here.
Yes, so grateful. And I pray that I'll be 50 in December. So
Woo!
I'm praying that I live to see 50. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about it. Yeah.
That's awesome. And you don't look like 50, which is
Thank
No, you
you.
don't.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Ladies, with that being said, wow, Tasha says the new year starts every day. Yes, yes. What would you all say to our sisters? Thank you guys. They said 50 where. What would you say to our sisters, even to the brothers if you have to? Are there any good men out there? Do they still exist? Are there any good women that still exist? And I'm going to say this as well before you all answer. We have friends, we have family members, we have so many that lie in the bed at night that cry, that really desire to have somebody. They're lonely
mm-hmm.
and they are feeling as though no good men are out there, no good women are out there. And it's for real, for real. What would you say to them on tonight, Eve?
They are. There's many amazing men out there. There's many amazing women out there. Why do we know? Because God provide us with who we need to have beside us. God didn't keep us in here to be alone, right? That is not the right way to live. But
Mhm.
you had to open up. You had to open your horizons. You had to try new things. You had to work on yourself. So there's too many things out there to try. I say give it a try. Don't give up so far, so quick. Don't give up on love. Try, 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 try. Keep kissing for ugly frogs if you have to, but do not give up. Love is out there waiting for you, and the right person is there.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Don't give up. Keep the faith. Be open. You know, you might want to try something that you didn't consider before.
Yep.
Don't let your choices be based on appearances only. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting someone that you're attracted to, right? We all want someone who we're attracted to, absolutely. But don't let that be the main factor. You know, don't let that be the thing that determines whether you are going to choose this person or not. And just like I said, just be open and just remain hopeful. It'll come. Believe that.
Believe that. Love that.
Believe it. Believe it.
I piggyback on what my sisters say. I piggyback on what you all say. Let me stop looking at the comments because they're really.
I can't even see them.
Hold on. Just hold on, as they said. And as Lacole just stated, be willing to do something different sometimes. Also, I say this is a big thing, prayer, because I hear so many people, I pray, I receive what I prayed for. Be specific in what you want, because God will give you the desires of your heart. So just believe whatever you believe, and you can attract to yourself. So just believe it, and you can have it. This thing, if you see it, you believe it. If you can achieve it, but it's real. It's real. And be so intentional about it. That's the word I'm going to leave you with on tonight. Intentional. Be intentional about everything in your life, the mate that you want, the life that you want to live, the dreams that you have. Just be intentional about everything. And guys, I'm praying, we're believing with you that before the end of this year, that you will have what you've been desiring, what you've been asking for, what you've been praying for, what you've been waiting for, because everybody in the world deserves to be loved. Doesn't matter what size you are, what color you are, what side of the tracks you came from. Even if you're a mean, nasty person, because sometimes you got to love the hell out of a person. So we are hoping that you find that you get what you've been praying for. We thank you all so much for hanging in there with us this year. It's been great. We love you. We could not do it without you. Eve, Lacole, I love you. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me.
Of course. Love you back.
Thank you. Yes, we love you back. We appreciate everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you for putting this platform together and getting us to expose ourselves, to be truthful and to be genuine and to just show people how we love each other, even in the backstage.
Yes. All right. With that being said, we're going to say we'll see you all in 2022. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for chiming in, YouTube and Facebook. We love you guys. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.